What's up, guys? It's your boy Cam, and I am here with finally a video. It has been a while since I recorded, and if you're listening to this, I said that last video. It's been at least a week and a half since I recorded that last video, so I cannot wait to book these go-home shows and finally get into the pay-per-view. But one thing I want to do that's different is just tell you about my B shows. Add in some more character development on the B shows that you might not see on the A shows. So I had Jessica Havoc beat Red Velvet, Cameron Grimes hosted in $100,000 Open Challenge. Cameron Grimes defeated Christian Casanova. Everrise defeated Jeet Rama. Killian Dane had a win. Jake Atlas had a win. Renee Michelle and the Ninja Warriors had a win. Kylie Ray defeated Zoe Stark. Kylie Ray won, but Jordan Grace stepped up to her, and Jordan Grace went ahead and beat Azumi. Jordan Grace said even though she lost to Tegan Knox, she's still coming after that women's championship. Kendrick Anise got a win. Ari Daivari got a win. Boa got a win. And Tegan Knox got a win. So just telling y'all some stuff so characters can have some good momentum. But if you don't care about that, if you care about the A show, let's get into the A show. We kick off the show with the Limitless rating, with the Limitless 1. Keith Lee comes out for his match, but Ken Shamrock is in the crowd with Chris Dijak. I renamed him Chris Dijak. You'll hear why in this promo. Kim Shamrock tells a loser to grab him the mic, and the loser, whoever the loser was, grabs him the mic, and Ken says at TakeOver, Chris is going to show no mercy. He's going to break your body, and he's going to break your dreams. Dijak grabs the mic. He tells Keith that they came into NXT around the same time. They both wrestled each other many times in and out of the company. Not the country, but in and out of the company. This company let you be you. They changed my name and made me play the good guy. Well, no more. I'm not Dominic Dijakovic. I'm Chris Dijak. And this is me. I'm a bad mofo that loves to inflict pain. And Keith says, no matter what your name is or who you call yourself, this title stays with me because I'm better than you and always will be better than you. You know that. That's why that's why you got him to give you an edge. But it won't work in the end. So Dominic Dijakovic and Keith Lee have words with one another before their match at TakeOver. But Keith Lee's in a match against Boa, not for the NXT Television Championship, since it's at the Go Home show. But we get a 61. And about to have good heat and decent wrestling, Keith Lee defeated Boa in 10-17 by pinfall at the Power Slam. Boa 73, Keith Lee kicking on amazing ratings with the No Style 79. 77. So Dane grabs Boa and gives him an Ulster plantation, and Dane tells Boa, your Lord and Savior can't help you now. Kushida comes up with a new look. Instead of long pants, he has trunks on with no shoes. His ankles are taped up, tapping into his mixed martial arts days. Kushida tells Boa he better be ready for a fight because he's bringing it to him at TakeOver. So yeah, when I saw Kushida a couple weeks ago wearing the tights and no feet, I said, that's a good look. And this storyline does kind of call for it since Dane and Kushida have been attacking each other for the last couple weeks. And I thought that was a good way to make Kushida seem more serious. And I think that's a good way to not cap off the feud, but get this feud into the next gear. And I think that change in clothing warrants this storyline. But yeah, Kushida tells Dane, be ready for a fight. 59, in a decent match, Lio Rush defeated Leon Ruff in 10:05 by pinfall at the Dragon's Call. Lio Rush 58, Leon Ruff 50. Goodness, it sounds like I haven't been recording in a while. 40. In a bout that didn't have much heat, but terrible wrestling, Renee Michelle and the Ninja Warriors defeated Indy Hartwell, Kylie Ray, and Zoe Stark, who's in developmental. In 9:44, Renee Michelle submitted Zoe Stark with a Dragon Sleeper. Okay, I see you, Renee. Renee 48, Kaden 34, Casey 36, Zoe Stark 41, Kylie Ray 47, Indy Hartwell, 42. So that's why you see I'm trying to push Kylie Ray on the B show. She is really good. She had the second best rating in this match. And I've been trying to push Indy Hartwell as well on the B show. So we'll see. Hopefully some of these people that have been pushing the B show can make the A show. But good rating. I just wanted to give her name and show Ninja Warriors some momentum heading into the pay-per-view. 65, I thought was going to be better than this. But, okay, we can do this. Leo Rush bumps into Brian Kendrick, and Kendrick tells Leo that his problem is that he thinks he's better than everyone. It's his brash attitude that got him exiled from WWE. So Brian Kendrick trying to throw a little shots there at Leo Rush. It was the same attitude that got him sent back to NXT. It will be that same attitude that's going to see him get his pink slip in NXT. So Brian Kendrick's going to say that Leo Rush getting fired from NXT. And Kendrick says, Trey, your partner Trey, he'll be fine because he has the go-to ticket and you have nothing. And Kendrick slaps Leo on the elbow, walking away, saying, see you later, quote-unquote, rising prospect. And he says this in a condescending way. So Kendrick is kind of getting into the head of Leo Rush, saying, what do you have? If the company was cutting anybody, you'll be cut because you don't hold any gold. You're not important here in NXT. But your friend Trey, he holds the golden ticket, so NXT won't fire him. So what is Kendrick trying to say? Is he trying to plant some seeds there? But the camera pans to Motor City Machine Guns and Grizzled Young Veterans backstage, and Grizzled Young Veterans tell MCMG that this isn't NXT. You're not the flavor of the month anymore. Grizzled Young Veterans say that they'll pay MCMG a favor of putting them out their misery. They accept the match and walk away, but Motor City Machine Guns want this, and they're not playing around. They are serious. So, yeah, Motor City Machine Guns are serious, and Kendrick is messing with Leo Rush's mind at this point. 64, pretty good. In a decent match, Santos Escobar defeated Christian Casanova in 7:59 by pinfall through bridging German suplex. Santos Escobar 70, Christian Casanova 48. So somebody please tell me how Christian Casanova only has 14 pop and is kicking out 48. Please tell me that. But he's in developmental. He's not on the main roster. He's on developmental. So, but he might need to be on the main roster with those kind of ratings. 64, goodness. 78. Santos tells Adam Cole that his fantasy is over at TakeOver because Santos will show why he's the true face of NXT. And Santos tells Cole that you were never a good leader, and that's why his friends turned his back on him. Me, I'm a leader of leaders and a champion of true champions. Adam Cole, your time has already ran out. I'm just going to make you realize it. Adam Cole jumps into the ring, and Cole tells Santos, yeah, my friends turned on me, but I'm already the best without them. I was already the best without them. Them turning on me made me realize that I need to go back to the Adam Cole of Ring of Honor, the true face of this industry. Cole tells Santos that one of them can be the face of the brand. Only one of them could be the face of this company, and we will see who it is on Sunday. 86, that's what I want to see. So Tenille, she's probably in the ring or backstage, but she says this. She says she's been through a lot in her career. She was a rising star in NXT the first time and flopped on the main roster. The day she got released, she vowed that she'll never ask for a handout. She'll always capitalize on her chances, and that's what she did. She did that when she won the Mae Young Classic and won the NXT Women's Championship. Rhea said that she was a failure in the E. It hurt. She snapped. And did she go too far? Maybe. But what she did was she sent a statement. And now TakeOver, she's going to make history as one of the first women to compete in an unsanctioned match. Tenille says she always creates moments, and TakeOver will be no different. 56. In a decent match, Southwell Subculture, I might have to change that name. I do not like that name at all. Defeated EJ Nunca and Jeet Rama, but Morgan Webster pinned EJ Nunca with the 450 splash. Mark Andrews 57, Morgan Webster 50, Jeet Rama 52, and EJ Nunca 45. Yeah, a lot of squash matches here. Go on shows to me are the hardest to book because you never want anyone on the roster to lose, especially if they're going into a feud. So this is why it feels like it's going to be a lot of squash matches. So just telling you to be prepared. 56. Ace Austin and Jake watch Mark and Morgan win the match, and Ace said he doesn't look too impressed and tells Jake that they can handle these two at TakeOver. 62. That's a really good rating. Before we go to commercial break, Chelsea Green comes out with Tay Conti, Paris Marie, and with Robert Stone in the background. Chelsea grabs Beth Phoenix's headset and tells everyone that at TakeOver, they will be graced by the beauty and dominance of the beautiful people. No one will stand in their way, as there will be 3 women who aren't even worth mentioning. Chelsea's done as she slams Beth's headset down. So this might have seemed random, but Chelsea Green, she got to plug in her brand whenever she can. And that's what she did. But why did she go ahead and grab Beth's headset out of everyone? Let me tell you, I got plans for this. I'm not going to tell you how, but this was not something I just came up with. This is something that's going to be instrumental several weeks down the road, several months down the road. So just planting seeds here and there. We'll see if you'll catch on to it later on. 65. In an extremely short match, Pete Dunne defeated Colby Corino on 5-17 by submission. Pete Dunne 74, Colby Corino 44. Yeah, I signed Colby Corino since Evolve. Since Evolve is just not signing anybody, I signed Avery Taylor. I signed Colby Corino, Christian Casanova, Jake Cargill, Parker Bordeaux. And I signed some Japanese women as well, or Joshis in the correct term if you're a wrestling fan. But I've been signing these people and I've been putting them in developmental so they can hone their skills and be ready when they hit the main roster. But 44 is a really good rating. 67. Pete Dunne is locked in and focused on getting his hands on Brian Pillman Jr. Brian Pillman, BPJ, comes out in a denim jacket and with shades on, flanked by Malcolm Bivens. Hold on, let me restart that. So Pete Dunne is locked in and focused on getting his hands on Brian Pillman Jr. Speaking of, Brian Pillman Jr. comes out in a denim jacket with shades on, flanked by Malcolm Bivens. And Brian Pillman keeps it short. He says, Pete Dunne, you had your time, and you're good for that period of time, but it's my time now. It's time for the second generation star to rise to the top of NXT. So Brian Pillman Jr. is saying that, hey Pete, you had your time in the sun. Now is my time. 95. That's why she is the champ. Interview with Mayu Iwatani. Mayu said she came to America to create a legacy for herself and to put Joshi Wrestling on the map. Mayu came to America to prove that she's the best female wrestler in the world. She's proven it by winning the NXT Women's Championship. She said the title isn't just a reward, but it's her motivation. It's a reminder of how good she is and how great she can be. Winning this title doesn't mean anything if you can't defend it. Mayu tells Tegan that she's stepping up. She's stepping in with the best, and she requires nothing less from Tegan. You stepped up, now you gonna get put down. So Mayu Iwatani has some choice words for Tegan Knox. She explains some character development for her, saying that she came to America to create a legacy for herself. She wanted to be the best women's wrestler on the world. And you do that by proving yourself in NXT, and she's done that by being the champ. Speaking of Tegan Knox, she went ahead and defeated Camilla Perez, the former Catalina. Tegan Knox defeated Camilla Perez in 8:58 by pinfall, the Vulture Culture Destroyer. This is one of the matches I'm really looking forward to. Tegan Knox, she's very underutilized in NXT, even though she does get hurt. She was underutilized in my save, but I made it a point to use I had year 1, year 2. I want to utilize everybody that I can. So Tegan Knox 53, Camilla Perez 48. 82. So Io Shirai comes out with the steel chair, and Kamiko brings out a ladder. Io says she's going to make this quick. They're not leaving until they get Rosemary and Alyssa Flash. Oh, not Rosemary. Just skip that part. But Alyssa Flash walks out by herself and says Rosemary isn't here, but she can send a message. Alyssa tells Io and Kamiko to up the stakes and end this once and for all. 2v2 mayhem match. Tables, ladders, and chairs are all legal. Io Shirai accepts. I don't know, that probably had a mind fart right there. But Io Shirai versus Kamiko Asahara Yeshua and Kamiko Asahara versus Alyssa Flash and Rosemary in a Mayhem match. That's going to be pretty good. In a decent match, Tyler Bate defeated Warhorse in 12:55 by pinfall to Tyler Driver 97, Tyler Bate 76, Warhorse 47. Unlike everybody else that's been on the show that's on the receiving end of a loss, Warhorse is actually on the main roster, but he's not. Besides being the Big Show, he doesn't really win a lot. I have to do something with him. 76. Yori Kasamatsu stands on the stage with his North American Championship. He raises it in the air, and Tyler Bate stands on the top rope, signaling his hands around his waist. So yeah, nothing too crazy this week, but both men say they're one of the best in the world, and we'll see what happens. On the go-home stretch, you just want to keep everything simple and just get your point across. 67. Speaking of getting your point across, William Regal says we're entering into an exciting period in NXT with new signings on the horizon and returns looming. Also, our next takeover will happen in 4 weeks' time. Both Thunder and Inferno will compete against each other for brand supremacy. Khabib Nurmagomedov will return next week to address the NXT universe after his amazing debut against Tommaso Ciampa. Also, Brody King will return next week as well. What will the self-proclaimed king of NXT say after he lost a chance to capture the NXT championship? 86. Best part of the show for me. So Ilya and Imperium make their entrance, and they're waiting for Dragon Lee and his mystery partners. Dragon Lee comes out, and he stands on the rampway, and he gives a smirk. And we hear on the PA system, Seto, Mieto, Rey Fenix, and Penta El0M are here on NXT. The crowd loses their mind because two AEW superstars are here in NXT. Dragon Lee, Rey Fenix, and Penta El0M stand together and bring the fight to Ilya and Imperium. Yes, sirree. So once I made that partnership with MLW, I threw a little bone out there and said, hey, let me see if I can form a relationship with AEW. I don't need it, but I think it would just be interesting because I think cross-promotion between two brands, it's going to make both brands better. In the meantime, you get to create dream matches that you couldn't with your own roster. And it'll just be fun interaction between both shows. I know that WWE won't do this, but we're not in WWE. We're in NXT as its own company. And me as a booker, I think we're opening the forbidden door here, per se, between NXT and AEW with Rey Fenix and Pentagon Jr. I did this relationship about a couple weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago, and I had Rey and Penta on the roster when we did not a sign and trade, but we swapped. I think MCMG went to AEW, and then Rey Fenix and Pentagon Jr. came here. So when I said this was going to be the main event, I knew Penta and Phoenix were going to be Dragon Lee's partners. And the match gets us a 78. You know what? That is amazing. Speaking of amazing, I see that right there. Dragon Lee with the 94. The best rating I've seen so far in my save. In a good match, Ilya Dragunov, Marcel Bartel, and Alexander Wolf drew with Dragon Lee and Lucha Bros in 17 minutes when the time limit expired. In terms of in-ring work, Dragon Lee was head and shoulders above everyone else. Alexander Wolf 50, Marcel Bartel 59, Ilya Dragunov 62, Penta 65, Rey Fenix 76, and Dragon Lee with the best rating in the save so far. If it wasn't Charlotte, I think it would have been Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee 94. Again, let me say that, 94. That's amazing. I didn't think this main event was going to be as good. I knew Penta and Phoenix and Lee, Ilya and Marcel was going to do good. But I was a little worried about Alexander Wolf. But with the no style, you kind of mask some of the people's weaknesses. So 78 is a great rating. And I drew. At first, I was gonna have Ilya and Imperium win it. I was gonna do that. But then I said, if I just had Rey, Phoenix, and Penta El0M debut and they lost, wouldn't that muddy the relationship between AEW and NXT a little bit? So then I was gonna have Dragon Lee and Lucha Bros win, but then I said Ilya and Imperium just debuted. Well, Ilya has been on NXT, but him joining with Marcel Bartel and Alexander Wolf. They just came a couple weeks ago, and I said I wouldn't want to have them lose so soon as a group, as a unit. So I said, let me just do a time limit draw where nobody gets hurt, and the fans might not like it, but it keeps all men strong in this scenario. 80, you won't hear no complaints from me. Ilya and Imperium got a time limit draw with Dragon Lee, Ray Phoenix, and Penta El Zero. It doesn't stop the 6 men from brawling with each other. Chaos spills towards the ringside. Ray Phoenix gives Alexander Wolf a frog splash on the announcer's table from the top rope. Lee gives Marcel Bartel an Operation Dragon. Then Ilya is cornered by Phoenix and Lee. Ilya tries to escape. You know how the heel tries to back up, but he bumps into somebody. That's what happens when he bumped into Penta, and Penta grabs Ilya in a position for the package pile driver. Lee and Phoenix are both on the top rope and help Penta slam Ilya in an assisted pile driver. Dragon Lee thanks Ray and Penta for their help. So we end the show there, and tell me what you thought down below. 83, one of my better shows, because that main event was awesome. Awesome main event, awesome angles. Good go-home show, and I cannot wait for the pay-per-view. We are going to have some good debuts, no spoilers who it is, on the horizon. But let me tell you, when I say exciting period, it's going to be a very exciting period, especially with this AEW, MLW partnership. So tell me what you thought down below. I see you legit when I see you. Peace.